ACC Championship, number 9 Clemson versus 23 North Carolina at 8 p.m. in Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium, home of the Panthers. Two multiple loss teams in this championship, although they're both ranked, but also they're both coming off huge under 3-point losses at home to their rivals. UNC lost to North Carolina State 30-27 in double overtime, and like we've talked about all week, Clemson lost to the Gamecocks 31-30. In this one, there's no playoff implications. It's just bragging rights and a better bowl game because you get a better ranking. The spread is Clemson 7.5. A week ago, I would have bet that it would be Clemson favored by 14 at least, if not more. With their loss to South Carolina, I think it's dropped to 7.5. I got to pick first, and this is definitely difficult. I think that Clemson has a really good defense. Obviously, they didn't play great against South Carolina, and neither did their offense, really. North Carolina did not play good against NC State. They did at the very end, and they barely got it to overtime, but they somehow did. This is just a tough one, man. I tell you what, I got to go with Clemson. I hate to go with Clemson. I'm like you. I really want to pull for North Carolina, and I hope North Carolina wins. I just don't see them pulling it out. You know what? I'm going with North Carolina. I'm doing it, bro. I can't. Look, whose loss was closer? Obviously, North Carolina's loss was closer, but they went to overtime, and Drake May is a good quarterback. Clemson, however, they lost by 1, but I just didn't see anything from them that looked like a championship team, especially of the conference. I'm calling North Carolina to come in and knock off Clemson in the ACC championship.
Mason, that is bold. I'll just say this to start off with. It'll be nice to see a team from one of the Carolina states win in Charlotte. That would be cool. But all that said, I think North Carolina has a great chance to win this game. Clemson's had an off year. They're coming off a close loss to South Carolina. I think they'll come in with a chip on their shoulder. The Tar Heels coming in with another chip on their shoulder, losing the rivalry game in Chapel Hill to the Wolfpack. I think this will be a good one. Like you said, no playoff implications, just bragging rights in a better bowl game. UNC's played Clemson close a couple of times in the past few years, most notably when Mac Brown went for 2 in Chapel Hill a couple of years ago, and they lost by, I think it was 1 point or 2 points as a result of the 2-point conversion. All of that said, I'm going to go with you as well. I'm going to go with the Tar Heels. As much as I'm not going to pull for North Carolina. I don't really care who wins, but I think they'll beat Clemson. I think that they have a good shot at it, and I think they'll come in looking to avenge the loss to NC State, and they'll want to claim the ACC title for the first time in a long time. So I think the Tar Heels get it done.
I did not expect you to pick North Carolina. I'm really glad that I'm not alone, though, because obviously Joey is going to pick Clemson. That's his pick. No surprise there, not a shock. And I'm not even really confident in North Carolina. Obviously I was picking Clemson at first, but I just got to go with my gut. My head was saying Clemson, my gut was saying North Carolina, and my gut has been wrong before, but it has also been good before. So obviously it's a 50-50 shot. But it's kind of funny to think back to last year's ACC championship and think that it was Pitt and Wake Forest, and Pitt won by 2 touchdowns. And it kind of seems like the ACC has righted itself with Clemson and UNC back in the championship. I just think it's funny. I think it's interesting.